let me ask you something. Have you ever had a dream, a goal, or even just a small idea you wanted to try, but you didn't start because you were waiting for the perfect time? Maybe you told yourself, I'll begin when everything feels right. Or, I'll take action once all the pieces are in place. But here's the reality. That perfect moment never really comes. Perfection is a myth. And while you're waiting for it, life keeps moving forward without you. Think about it for a second. How many opportunities have slipped away because you were waiting for the right conditions? How many times have you planned, prepared, and thought about something for so long that you never actually took the first step? The truth is simple. Life rewards action, not waiting. And action doesn't need to look polished. Most of the time it's awkward, messy, and full of mistakes. But even imperfect action will always carry you further than the most beautiful plan that lives only in your head. In this episode of Haseeb English Podcast, you'll not only practice English, but also discover a powerful principle for life. Messy action is stronger than perfection. By the end, you'll understand why starting today, even if it's not flawless, is the real key to progress. So let's get into it. Why do we hold back when things aren't perfect? One word: fear. Fear is the strongest barrier between you and action. We're afraid of making mistakes. We're afraid of being judged. We're afraid of looking foolish in front of other people. And so instead of taking a step, we convince ourselves we just need more time, more preparation, or more knowledge. It feels logical, but in reality it's a trap. Picture this: you're standing at the edge of a swimming pool. You keep saying, I'll jump in when the water feels just right. But the water never feels right until you actually dive. The longer you wait, the scarier it feels. Action is the only thing that breaks that cycle. But if fear controls you, you'll just stay frozen at the edge, staring at the water, never learning to swim. This happens all the time with English learners. Many people spend years studying vocabulary and grammar, telling themselves, I'll speak when I feel ready. But readiness doesn't come from waiting, it comes from speaking. The first attempt might feel uncomfortable, even embarrassing, but it's also the very first step toward fluency. Without it, progress never begins. Fear tells you mistakes are dangerous, but in reality, mistakes prove you're growing. Every error is evidence that you're trying. Every attempt teaches you something new. Perfection, on the other hand, tells you to wait until everything is flawless before you even start. And if you believe that, you'll never move forward. The truth is, waiting feels safe, but it slowly steals your future. Messy action feels risky, but it's the only path to growth. And the moment you take action, the grip of fear starts to weaken. So, how exactly does action create confidence? Many people believe confidence must come first, that you need to feel ready before you begin. But that's not how it works. Confidence doesn't come before action. Action comes first. Confidence is built afterward. Think about learning to ride a bike. No child feels confident the first time they sit on that seat. Their hands shake, they wobble, their heart races. But as they keep trying, falling, scraping, pushing forward, they slowly learn to balance. Every shaky, messy attempt adds a brick to their confidence. Confidence is not delivered to you in advance. It's built step by step through experience. The same thing happens when you learn English or any new skill. The first time you speak, your words might feel clumsy. You might forget vocabulary, mess up grammar, or even freeze halfway through. But every attempt, no matter how rough, teaches your brain, I survived this. And slowly, the nervous feeling fades. Confidence grows naturally from proof that you tried, proof that you got through it, proof that you can do it again. That's why messy action isn't just the road to results, it's the birthplace of courage. Every time you act, you add another brick to your wall of confidence. And before long, that wall becomes so strong that fear can't easily break through. So let's ask, why is progress better than perfection? Perfection looks attractive. It promises safety, approval, and success. But in reality, it's an illusion, a moving target you can never hit. No matter how much you prepare, there's always something to fix, something to improve, something that feels incomplete. Progress, however, is real. It can be measured. Each step you take is proof that you're moving forward. Imagine two people. One spends months trying to design the perfect fitness plan, but never actually exercises. The other simply commits to walking 10 minutes a day. After a year, who's healthier? Of course, the one who walked. Their plan wasn't perfect, but it was consistent. English learners face the same choice. Some wait until their grammar feels strong enough before speaking, but they never open their mouths. Others just start talking, even if their sentences are broken. Who improves faster? Always the one who acts. Progress beats perfection every single time. Progress also creates momentum. Once you take one small step, it becomes easier to take another. Action pulls you forward, making the next move more natural. Perfection destroys momentum, because you never even take the first step. So the real question is, would you rather look perfect but stay stuck, or look imperfect while moving forward? The reality is, nobody remembers your mistakes, but everyone sees your growth. Now let's talk about the hidden cost of waiting. Waiting feels safe, but it quietly robs you of something priceless: time. Every day you wait to take action is a day you'll never get back. Think about someone who dreams of writing a book. They spend years rewriting the first chapter, trying to make it flawless. But because they never finish, the book stays trapped as an idea. Meanwhile, another person writes a messy draft, completes the book, and learns from the process. The second person grows while the first remains stuck. The same thing happens with English. If you wait until you feel ready, you lose countless chances to speak, practice, and connect. While you hesitate, others improve by trying, even if their words aren't perfect. And as they practice, they unlock opportunities that remain closed for you. Opportunities are like doors. Some stay open for a while, but others close quickly. If you hesitate too long, the door may disappear. And often, people's deepest regrets aren't the mistakes they made, they're the chances they never took. Messy action may feel risky, but waiting is far more dangerous. Because while you wait, nothing changes. So the real question is, how much longer are you willing to pay the price of waiting? Learning, growth, and progress don't happen in theory. They happen in practice. Think of a child learning to walk. They don't read instructions or wait until they're ready. They just try, fall, and try again. Every tumble teaches balance. Every messy step brings them closer to success. As adults, we often forget this. We think learning should look neat, controlled, perfect. But true learning is messy. You can read about swimming all day, but until you jump in, you won't know how to swim. You can memorize grammar rules, but until you speak, you won't know how to communicate. Messy action teaches lessons no textbook can. Mistakes become guides. They show you what to fix and where to grow. Without action, those lessons never arrive. Silence teaches nothing, but a broken sentence teaches more than hours of quiet study. Each attempt, even if awkward, brings you valuable insight. Messy action turns the world into your classroom. And here's something important. Confidence doesn't appear before you act. It's built because of action. Waiting for confidence is like standing on the beach, hoping you'll learn to swim without ever entering the water. You can watch, imagine, and plan, but you won't truly learn until you step in. Every shaky attempt tells your brain, "I can handle this." That's how confidence grows. Mistakes, then, aren't failures, they're teachers. They show you what's not working and guide you toward what will. Without mistakes, you'd never improve. Think about speaking English. You mispronounce words, forget grammar, mix things up, but every mistake is a stepping stone. If you aim for perfection from day one, you'll never open your mouth. Progress dies before it begins. And here's the deeper truth. Perfection often hides fear. When someone says, "I can't start until everything is perfect," what they really mean is, "I'm afraid of being seen as imperfect." But hiding behind perfection is just another form of fear. Ugly, messy action shatters that fear. When you act, even clumsily, you face it head on. You prove to yourself that being imperfect isn't the end of the world. In fact, people usually admire someone who tries, even if they stumble, more than someone who never dares to begin. Think about it. When you see someone singing, dancing, or speaking a new language, you don't mock them, you admire their courage. You see the beauty in the effort. Yet when it's your turn, you might think everyone will laugh at you. That's fear playing tricks. The truth is, every step you take weakens fear's control. Slowly, you set yourself free. Perfection wants to keep you safe. Messy action gives you freedom. And freedom is where real growth lies. Big results don't come from giant leaps. They come from small, consistent steps. The secret of messy action isn't about doing everything perfectly today. It's about doing something today that moves you forward. A phone call, a short practice session, a single page written, those small actions build into something powerful. Like drops of water filling a bucket, each one seems small, but over time, the bucket overflows. Successful people understand this. That's why they often say, "Start before you're ready." Because readiness grows from doing, not waiting. Every messy step reveals the path ahead. Without action, the road stays dark. With action, light appears one step at a time. So how can you practice messy action daily? The trick is to lower the barrier to starting. Instead of asking for perfect preparation, ask, "What's one small thing I can do right now?" That question removes the pressure and pushes you into motion. Want to get fit? Don't wait for the perfect workout plan. Just put on your shoes and walk 10 minutes. Want to learn English? Don't wait until you know all the grammar. Listen to 5 minutes of English today. Even if you don't understand everything, you're still moving forward. Messy action works because it makes progress unavoidable. Over time, those small steps form habits. And habits create results. The goal isn't to look perfect, it's to keep moving. Laugh at your mistakes, celebrate small wins, and stay curious. Treat the process as a journey, not a test. Soon, messy action won't feel messy at all. It will feel like growth itself. And here's the beauty of it: messy action beats perfection every time. Awkward, imperfect steps carry you further than flawless plans that never leave your notebook. Action builds confidence. Mistakes teach lessons. Small steps create momentum. Fear hides behind perfection, but courage grows through action. So here's my question for you: what small, imperfect action can you take today? Not tomorrow. Not someday. Today. That messy step might not look impressive right now, but it has the power to shape your future. If this episode gave you something to think about, or encouraged you to take action, I'd love for you to stay connected. Subscribe to Haseeb English Podcast for more episodes where we learn not just English, but life lessons together. Your support helps me keep creating, and I'm truly grateful for every listener on this journey. Remember this: perfection can wait. Your life cannot. Take the step, however small, and see where it leads.